How you doing, guys? It's One Man Clan. It is the 5th of April, 2026. I'm laughing because this is the third take. I started one and I thought, then I started the second one, hemming and hawing, and this is the third one. And guess what? The third one, I'm still just going blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'm going to stop now and focus and be very professional and very precise. Make sure it's worth your while when you click on that link in... You got the email? I've got an idea these days, but the mailing list. AGR mailing list. I had an idea years ago, and I didn't do it, but I think I'm going to do it now. Everybody on the... If you're listening to this because you got an email from the mailing list, it occurs to me, I've got like hundreds of names on that mailing list, and sad to say, many of them have disappeared and don't play, and I'm not even sure how many of them actually read the emails. So I'm going to do this thing I did ages ago where it's a crazy thing that it goes against all marketing things, but I don't care. I just want real. I want to know what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like if you get your little black book with, full of girls' phone numbers. That's great. But what matters is how many could you call now and say, hey, let's get together, baby. You know what I mean? If you got 100 girls' names, but really only 10 pick up the phone, and only 5 say, yeah, come over. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, come over now. See, then you got 5 or 10 and 5. You know what I mean? So you should really cross out names. Or get a new book and stop cluttering your life with these numbers as sort of trophies of what you once could have been or whatever. But then you got people, the metaphor doesn't work because players that have stopped playing still rock up for October. These guys that play once a year, it's just... Anyway, not that I'm complaining. I'm always happy to see people. It's always exciting. Talking of October, what is April, May, June, July, August, September? Anyway, back to the idea is I'm going to, I think I should send an email to everyone on the mailing list and say, hi all. If you're reading this, respond. I sent something like this years ago. Something like, if you're reading this, I just want to know who's reading the mailing list. So just respond. You don't have to say anything. Just say hi, or just respond. Just reply to it. If you're just reply, send. Just do that. Just so I know. Oh yeah, Bob got it. Jim got it, or read it. Actually, that's more the point. They read it, so that way I'll know who really loves me, who loves AGR, who really gives a shit, who's died. Who's some email addresses have disappeared, and since some of these people I don't have any other contact details, I don't know what's happened to them. And yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to do that. I've still got that fresh new. I know it's April, but I've still got that fresh new year feeling, and I really want to know what's going on. Do a quick assessment. It's like going to an accountant. And you pull out your books and you're naked. It's like, okay, this is exactly how you doing. How did you do? This is the number. And there's no, sort of this and kind of that. And you could look at it this way. No, just what are the numbers? That's it. Let's just look at it. And reality, you know what I mean? And, sometimes it might hurt, but I'm really curious. I want to know. It's like a guy finding out his wife's having an affair. This doesn't happen. I'm just a metaphor, okay? Mate, did you hear what OMC said? Man, I'm telling you, it was a sign. It was a message. There's no message. Anyway, yeah, if your wife's having an affair, she says, I don't love you anymore. As much as that would hurt, there's also this clarity there that would be there. And it's never happened to me. Never been married, but it'd be like this, hey, okay, at least now I know what's going on. It's like the shock's over. I don't know, maybe. Anyway. So anyway, I'm going to send that. I'm going to send an email to everyone on the mailing list saying, hey, let me know you're reading this to confirm. And then I'll basically cut everyone who doesn't respond. And then if they do respond, then I'll re-register them or whatever. Just so I know what's going on. And just so that I can assess... I guess you can assess by who shows up at playing, you know what I mean? But anyway, That's one idea. Have another sip. It's daylight savings today, and I'm kind of not looking forward to it for Australia. For me, the AGR sessions have been 10 a.m. 10 a.m. And now they're going to be 9 a.m. And 10 a.m.'s good, you know what I mean? Get up at 9, 9:30, you know, sometimes a little bit half awake, but I can still, I've got something to give in the first game. But for me to start at 9, you know, yeah, it's really, not looking forward to that at all. Yeah, it's not going to be, it's going to be tough. I'm going to be, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Oh, jeez. I hope that wasn't too, yeah, these headphones are messy. They're only coming out on one side. I think the 3.5 plug is I've got an adapter to plug into 1/4 inch, and I think it's, you got to jiggle it, and anyway. So yeah, I had a cold the last 3-4 days, and anyway, let's get on. Anyway, what was that? I forgot what I was saying now. A bit delirious tonight. Yeah, the daylight savings. I'm not looking forward to that. But hey, you know what? Whatever. I'll adjust to it. And you know what? The New Year's resolution. It's April, man. I know it's April. I'm just saying New Year's resolution. You go to bed at midnight, and 9 o'clock should be fine. That's what, happens every other day. So anyway, and oh man, I got to blow my nose just a sec. In other news, I got a bloody copyright strike. Because I've been streaming, as you know, which I'm really enjoying. And these headphones are annoying me. And hold on. Testing 1 2. Yeah. I've been really enjoying. No, I'll just talk about the copyright strike first. I got a copyright strike because the sound of the restarts, where it goes, the restarts, that is from a record. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, 2 Tribes, some version of it. And man, I lovingly curated it and found it, stole it, whatever. I appropriated it. And I mean, they didn't do it themselves. They got it from some recording. So, you know what? I think wasn't that sound done by the BBC? Let me ask Copilot. Where did Frankie Goes to Hollywood get the sound of the air raid sirens for 2 Tribes? Okay, Copilot. The scientist was identified as Carter Gents Castle Mechanical Air Raid Siren, not a Hollywood sound effect library, not a US Thunderbolt. It comes from a detailed analysis by blah, blah, blah. Break down the evidence. No, where did they... I didn't say it was... I think I understood the question. Breakdown of the evidence, what the siren sounds like. Why this makes sense historically. Trevor Horn and ZTT, I know that is word, known for using real world sound sources in UK, blah, blah, blah. So where did they get, did they get it from Hollywood? I never said they did. Stupid AI. Who owns the sound? Wasn't it used by the British government? No one owns the sound of a real... fuck's sakes. Who owns the sample as used by Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Public domain. No one owns the sound of a real... The recording used in Two Tribes. The rights become to the Two Tribes master recording. That is... The siren sample as heard on the record is owned by BMG via ZZT's master rights. Obviously, if I record my own siren, it's a different thing. Idiots. What is the origin of the sound? I thought it was the official one used by the government. Got it, Andy. You're asking a very specific thing here. What is the origin of the rule that you need clearance? No, I'm not asking that. Stupid AI. No, I'm asking why do... Hold on. Is it true that the sound used on the record was obtained via a government-owned recording? What is the siren to take? No, there's zero evidence that the Frank Goes to Hollywood used any government-owned recording. None. Blah, blah, blah. The official government never made a standardized official siren recording. They made their own recordings. Really? The sonic fingerprint matches a real mechanical siren, not an archival tape. Ugh. If it had been a government recording, that would be public domain anyway. That's what I was getting at. Final answer. The siren sound itself. Jesus, I said recording from the start, didn't I? Anyway, the recording did not come from... Because they're recording, not because... Yeah, how they recorded it. Question mark. Anyway... They found the real 7 siren. They recorded themselves. All right. They recorded on location, not in a studio. Anyway, the point is... Okay, so the point is that they're saying that that it is... I remember them saying this was an actual air ride siren used. Obviously, maybe they meant that it was an actual... The siren itself was an original one, not that this... I thought this was an original recording. Anyway, whatever. God. So, I'm going to index this so people can skip over this bit. So the point is, I can't use the sound anymore in AGR if I'm streaming. And I like streaming. I intend to keep doing it. And I could... You know, YouTube... What they said was... They didn't say copyright strike. They said... I'll tell you what they said. They said, where are we? AGR Mania. Messages. Where's the message? Would have got an email, wouldn't I? Let me check my email. Anyway, this might be really of interest to no one. Or it might be interesting to you, I don't know. Where are we? Here we go. Videos blocked in some territories. Hi AGR Mania. Copyright content has been detected in your video. Weekly AGR session 29th March 2026. So what does that mean? I've never had a restarted game in the AGR sessions. As a result, your video can no longer be monetized, and it's not monetized, and has been blocked in 2 territories. The copyright owner, blah blah blah. Anyway, it gave me the option of do I want to remove the audio, which I did. So it's not a warning. I haven't been... what's it called? not punished. What do they call it? Strike. It's not a copyright strike. So anyway, I'm going to make my own sound. After all that, that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to make my own sound. I tried to do it with my synthesizer, and it was pretty good, but you could tell it felt like an imitation of the other one, not as good, and it didn't add any. It wasn't better. You know what I mean? So, what are the options? One is just keep it the way it is and just wait till they give me another warning, and then just let it mute out that section again. Option 2 is change the sound, try to imitate it. Or 3 is try something else. I like it though, man. I've had it for a while. It's like the little there's some other, see now I'm paranoid. If I say the name of a certain other artist whose music may have been used in AGR, which you all know what I'm talking about, I haven't got a copyright strike for that. Not copyright strike. What do they call it? It's not a copyright strike. It's a interesting. They don't call it a strike. They just say copyright content has been detected. As a result, your video has no longer be monetized. So what's the difference between this and a strike? Anyway, that's it. That's it for that. And let me have the final sip of this mini coffee. And yeah, I found a bug earlier today, by the way, playing with my son, who's absolutely fascinated with AGR. It's amazing. He was asking about why, because he must have, I don't remember, he got kicked was it last week? When did he play last? I don't remember. He got kicked to go to another server. I have no memory of that. He wasn't playing last week. Or did he? Or was it the week before? Anyway, you know, this thing now where you get kicked to, and that's not my code. That's previous. I don't know who wrote that. I think it could be Shaka could have written that. Which, if you are naughty, you get kicked and you get sent to another server. And I think that other server that it's sent to no longer exists. Anyway, I saw it in there. I blocked it. You know, I've commented out a lot of legacy code, and I was just looking through, and I saw it there. I thought, you know what? Why not uncomment? Excuse me. Add it in as an option. So I added back the spinning thing. And I added back that bit of code, and I'm probably not going to leave it in because it just seems too unfair, and it feels like a bug. It feels like something's going wrong. And even though I know it's funny, and hopefully, this is the thing, AGR is very niche, okay? And the humor is niche, and everything's niche. So yes, a lot of people will go, oh, gee, there's a bug. I got kicked off the server. This server's stupid. Oh, what happened? That's dumb. And other people will be like, oh, that's really cool. It's really funny. You actually get kicked off the server if you're too naughty. You get sent to another server which doesn't exist. And maybe I should make it a server that does exist. Anyway, this is all subjective, man. Is it funny? Is it not? It happened to me. I got kicked. And it was annoying. But I had to sort of, when it happened, the first thing I thought is, oh, shit, the server crashed or what happened? And it was just this confusing moment, and you've got to reconnect. And, I mean, I'm a huge fan obviously, and the AGR super fans will, of course, connect straight away. It's not... But I'm worried that if it's a new player, someone not used to it yet, not acclimatized to this particular world, that they'll be like, oh, geez, this is broken. This is stupid, or I can't connect, or you know what I mean? So I'm a bit uncomfortable with it, leaving it in there. I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe I'll give it a rest for a while. I'm not sure. Because the game, I think it does concern me that it's too confusing for newbies and too difficult. I don't know. Anyway, the streaming's been going great. I don't always do it. I sort of just see what, when I feel like it, and it's, but I feel a bit weird that it's not edited at all. It's just simply just a live, I guess it's a live stream. So, and also it's not like a proper live stream. I'm not a streamer. I'm not talking to people and interacting with the audience. No one's watching anyway, but, or maybe they are. I wouldn't know. That's the other thing. I can't even see on screen if anybody's watching and talking to me, which seems really rude. And, it's sort of like, I'm assuming that's not normal. I've seen a few streams of people and they seem to have like a little talk box and you talk to them and that, which on one hand feels rude that I don't do that, only because I don't know how. I tried to set it up, and I think Cloud was going to help me with this. How to make it so that it's on your screen, but I want a transparent background. So it's just on the edge of the screen, and it doesn't take up my screen. You know what I mean? When I'm playing. And I tried to do it ages ago, and it was so complicated. OBS, you had to go to your YouTube account, and you had to download some plugin to install it into your YouTube account or something. You got to do another website to log on and then give them permission to access your YouTube channel, and then you had to load something, and then you needed some special version of OBS or something, but then OBS wouldn't run on Windows 7. And after I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. I mean, also when I'm playing, for those who don't know, I just play. I'm there as a player. I don't want to be distracted. That's the other thing. A lot of times when I'm streaming, I'm just playing. I'm not. I forget to talk. And anyway, so that's it. The streaming. So, but it feels weird. 3-4 hours. Who the hell would watch it anyway? And but occasionally I've gone back to watch some of it, and it's interesting. I think it's entertaining, and it's there. Yeah, I mean, it's like horses for courses. And personally, I don't understand people that watch people play games. Why would you watch someone else play a video game? Unless they're experts. If they're amazing, got some amazing skill, the world's greatest championship or something. All right, cool. But just an average dude playing a computer game, and anyway. But you know what? People do. So, let's see how we go. Yeah, but I like it, especially because I got my GTX Super 660, whatever it is, which has got something called NVS or something. It's got some built-in thingy which makes it so that it compresses your screen so that it streams really easily. And I think the quality is not bad. I don't know what to compare it with because I don't watch. Maybe I should watch some gaming streams just to see what the story is. Anyway, that's about it. I've been talking for ages, man. Oh, I found a bug, by the way. The bug in the monsters, and I knew something was wrong, and I finally figured out today. Totaki, my little apprentice, was making monsters. I feel a bit bad. This is my son. He's 4 years old, and what is it, 4 January, March, April, May. What? January, March, 4 and 4 months. Jeez, he's growing up fast. Anyway, he's I feel a bit bad because I got the test AGR on my home server here, which I test things, and in that test session, you don't have to. You just push a button. You can spawn beasts, and you don't have to knife anyone or anything like that. And he's so used to it. But now when he's going to play, which he will be joining us, by the way, I'm excited. He will be playing with us. Not tomorrow, the day after. Monday, the whatever it is. He will be with us, and he's going to want to go knifer, and he's used to just spawning, just pushing skill 1 and spawning, and now it's going to be like, oh, actually, my son, you're going to have to go out and stab people, which is really, I don't know. I know he knows it's just a game. He knows it's not real. And part of me is like, oh, Is this all right? This is just running around building things, but stabbing. It's clearly it looks like a knife, and clearly it's going to have red on it. So, I mean, look, man, kids run around with cowboys and Indians when I was a kid, going. So, but I can see how some would say, "Oh, the father was encouraging his child with murder simulation, stabbing his victims, and training it in." The bloodlust grew when the youth is whatever, you know what I mean? I'm sure that I'll be on 60 Minutes one day with some say the story of the horror house, as yet still untold, as the details emerge of this twisted father and his sick obsession with training his son to be a killer, to the point where he would, every week the sick people around the world gathered in a murder simulator, where they encouraged to decapitate, burn, explode themselves, and It's like, it's standard FPS, everyone. It's not like it's, he made the excuse that everybody else does it. So, anyway, I found the bug. The bug is when you got beasts, and you spawn a beast. Three. You purchase how many beasts you want, right? So it's 1, 2, or 3. But I did this thing where they breed. And they have babies, and the babies go into slots. And the stupid thing, this is typical like all bugs, it's kind of obvious now. The bugs go into the next slot, but it doesn't necessarily go into the next slot there's no baby slot, it just goes into beast slot. So if you purchase 3 beast slots, you make 2 beasts, and they have a baby, the baby spawned into slot 3. So now you can't spawn an extra beast because the game thinks, you've already got 3 beasts. You see what I'm saying? So I need to change it now. And how am I going to do it? I guess there'll be two lists. There'll be the ones you purchased, your monster slots, and then there'll be special baby slots, a separate array of a separate memory set up for the babies. Anyway, that's it. I might leave it there, guys. Thanks for listening, and hope it was interesting. And if anyone knows about OBS, how to get this is the thing. Do I want people on the screen when I'm playing? Not really. I don't want to be distracted by them, and I don't want to feel guilty of ignoring them. I suppose if they're just saying hi, I can say hi. Maybe I could do it. Just ask questions. It's just text. It's not like they're talking. Anyway, coming up this week, good on. Oh, that's the other news. Navigators done something very interesting. He's made. Where is it? Something very interesting. He's made a map. What would you call it? Didn't he come up with a name for it? The map. What did he call it? A script that makes map recommendations. Map selector. I don't know. It hasn't got a name for it. But anyway, I'm not going to. Maybe I'll discuss it another time. But in a nutshell, it's got. It figures out. You know what? I'm tired. I'm talking for a while too long now. It recommends what map is next, based on how popular the map is and a whole bunch of other factors. I've hit a wall, guys. I've hit a wall. It's 1:25 a.m. and I've got to get to bed because now I've got to be up at bloody 8:50. And also we lose an hour. I think that's how it works. Anyway, so this week, 2fan1. Let's have a look. 2fan1. Very hard to D. Very hard to D. And in the space between the bases, there's not much going on. So really, the whole D happens in the actual base itself. There's no buffer. So it's very difficult. BAM 4 Classic. We haven't done BAM 4 for a while. I love it. Definitely have to do it soon. Bastion. Oh, I've got a problem with Bastion. When you spawn, it's a bit confusing and some annoying things about it. About the layout. If you spawn in the wrong spot when the red's got the flag, it's just too hard to get back to where they cap. It's a maze, man. Plus also, putting the same texture on the walls and on the ceilings and the floor, it's ridiculous. Or it's very similar. It's very confusing. Canyon 1, yeah, we haven't done Canyon 1 for a while. Brilliant. Thanks, Navigator for that. That's fantastic suggestions. Canyon 1, definitely. Bastion, maybe. BAM 4, yeah. 2fan 1, ugh. If everybody wants it, sure, but I'd be against it. So that's it, guys. Hope your year's going great so far. I hope you've been enjoying the streams. I don't want you to enjoy the streams. I want you to play. Unless you literally cannot make... Okay, if you can't make the sessions, if you literally cannot play, okay, sure. Then I'm happy you're enjoying the streams. It'd be nice to have a co-host. Rather than listen to my voice for the whole thing, to have someone else take over and say stuff. Or, I don't know. It's a funny thing, because, let's say this is the thing. Okay, let's say... It's all right. Let's say I come up with some way of being really entertaining and have these amazing chats or something, and it gets 1,000 people watching. But in the back of my head, I'll be thinking, that's nice, but I don't really give a shit. I really just want players. So unless they're players, what would be the point? I guess the theory is if it gets popular and more and more people watch the stream, then a certain percentage of them will try playing the game. But then, by definition, these people are stream watchers. They're not players. Otherwise, they'd be playing. Unless they like what they're watching so much and that makes them join. Is that how it might work? Who the hell knows? All I know is for now, I tend to keep streaming the sessions. I feel a bit weird that it's only from my point of view. Do you know what I mean? See, the October movies jump from different people's points of view, and even then I miss out on a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm watching Johnny for a few seconds, but Jimmy might be doing something even more interesting that I missed out on completely. Especially when there's like 16 plus players. You're going to be missing out. Whereas imagine just one person, which is what I've been streaming, just me. So maybe, you know what? Or maybe what I should do, should I keep it a surprise? No, I'll tell you, since you've stuck through it. If you're listening to this, you've stuck right through to the end. Maybe I can start playing back demos and streaming them live and bring back our special guest announcers, Johnny Johnson and the Professor, Reginald Watts. And they can watch the demos of terrific games and talk over the top. And that way I wouldn't be playing and you could jump from player to player. There's an idea. Anyway, I'm going to go now. And I'll see you at the sessions. TackersGoRed.com. You can contact me, OneManClan, at TackersGoRed.com. Any questions? The only question you should be asking me is, hey, I want to connect. What do I do? And which I'll say, go to TackersGoRed.com. Play now. And I've got lots more to say, but I'm getting tired. So I'll leave it there. And I'll see you guys at the sessions. Bye.